Directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, Pulse is a Japanese horror film blending in with the genre of psychological horror. Released in 2001, Pulse follows Kurumichi and Ryosuke Kawashima, two of our protagonists who begin to experience strange events after encountering cryptic messages online, a ghostly presence that spreads through the digital world. The film delves into themes of isolation and alienation, the danger of technology, and the fear of the unknown. Kurosawa created this film due to the growing culture of internet in Japan that began to consume many people's lives. I decided to look deeper into this film due to its unconventional style of the horror genre, a slow burn film with minimal jump scares but deep impact. Although in the film there really isn't any jump scares, there are still some disturbing and eerie scenes throughout Pulse that amazes me till today, but one left an impact on me through my journey of following the horror genre. The red-taped basement apartment. What makes this scene so lasting and impactful, not only to me but to the genre of horror, can be summed up into three distinct parts of the filmmaking process. With the framing of the shots throughout the scene, we mostly feel a sense of claustrophobia and the coming of a threat. Wide shots are used to make the small empty apartment feel more larger than it is, making the character feel more desolate throughout the scene, as the wide shot manipulates the setting, making the character look smaller than he actually is. With the hands of the supernatural figure gripping the couch, it makes the audience see the deliberately slowed actions of the character, as suspense is fully built. The use of a high-angle shot shows the power the supernatural figure has, leaving the character trapped, and the powerlessness of the character, who has no escape through the use of a low-angle shot. For a big part of the scene, the character is positioned in the center of the shot, creating the static image that makes the viewer feel uneasy, uncomfortable. With the symmetry of positioning, it feels as if there is no movement, no escape for the character. When the character does move away from the center of the shot, it causes an imbalance within the scene, making the audience more uneasy and in suspense with the possibility that at any moment something sinister may entrap the character. Through the use of focus, the scene does mostly have a blurry background with a sharp focus on the character, but shifts in focus adds to the character's vulnerability, as sharp focuses on the background represent the character being swallowed into the supernatural figure's environment, and the blurry focus of the character showing the change of focus as he becomes insignificant, not being able to face this figure or run away from it. First, the focus of the scene shifts between the character and the door as he looks at it and moves closer towards it, increasing anticipation. The focus on the door symbolizes him venturing into the unknown. As the audience, we only see this door for what it is, but not what is to come past it at this point. The background is kept in focus as it has become a focal point as well, knowing the character is now equally important with his environment, making the viewer feel uneasy and unsure that something important or even dangerous may appear or happen. The scene shifts now as a supernatural figure is first shown in the scene. The figure is blended into the background, with the focus being shallow. The audience is unsure what exactly is the danger the character faces, or how important the supernatural figure is. In the final frames of the scene, the supernatural figure is now also shown using sharp focus, showing the audience that she is both part of the environment as a supernatural phenomenon haunting the room, and now also a physical entity haunting the character. Lighting and color play a crucial part in making the film feel unsettling and bleak, in order to create an atmosphere fitting for the film. The use of low-key lighting hides certain details in the apartment, building a momentum of suspense as the audience tries anticipating what will emerge from the darkness. The use of cold lighting gives the room a sterile feel to it, similar to that of a hospital, and contrasts the red tape, displaying how a disturbance of a spirit has disturbed the environment, with red symbolizing the supernatural figure. Shadows created in this scene are long and casted across the room, resembling the dark nature of the supernatural figure, as although the figure is shown in human form, the casted shadows on the walls symbolizes the darkness and hidden aspects of the ghost as it mimics human movement. Red tape is used throughout the scene to contrast the rather bleak color palette, but also is used as a warning barrier. As red is associated with danger, the use of red here is also showing the character endangering himself by passing through the door. The black dress worn by the supernatural figure is known as something to generally be worn at funerals, as it symbolizes death, and this dress foreshadows the death of the character. What I'd like to take away from Kurosawa's style here is three things. The use of an atmospheric color palette matching with harsh themes I can explore in my film, such as loneliness. The use of quiet scenes with no dialogue to convey tense moments as seen throughout this whole scene. Not a single word is said, but this is something I'd like to do where the visual elements in my story play a big role in storytelling, and how jump scares aren't needed in order to make a great horror film. I want to also not depend on conventions of the horror genre to make my film important and meaningful to me.